Hello, English 346. It's Professor Schneiderman again, giving your first assignment from The Color Purple. So at this point, you should have read to page 63. If you have not read to page 63, pause this video, read to page 63, then press play. Okay. So The Color Purple is a very well-known text. Oprah used to talk about it all the time. There's a very well-known movie. There's a musical that was very well received. The book Push, which became the movie Precious, spends a lot of time talking about The Color Purple. And one of the things that Precious does that changes her life in Push is read The Color Purple. The Color Purple is very often understood as a novel of overcoming, that it's about someone who is born into very difficult circumstances and overcomes them, which it is. That is true. But it is generally not understood as a novel about queer desire or same-sex desire. We in this class are going to approach the text through three basic lenses: gender, sexuality, and spirituality. And these three are really braided in the book. They're always kind of blending into each other. So what I'd like you to do for before next Monday is to find some passages about gender. I'd like you to find three quotes. I'd like you to have three sentences from the text which indicate something about how Seeley is understanding gender in a way that's interesting, that might be worth commenting on. And so if I were going to do this, I will model this selection by choosing two sentences about gender, but please don't use my sentences. That I don't, if it's great for me to model things, but then I use it up and then you have to find your own, sorry. So on page 49, when Seeley is encountering Shug in the bathtub, she says, "I thought I had turned into a man." On page 27, when Harpo is kind of mooning over Sophia, Seeley writes, "His face begin to look like a woman face." So in these two passages, Seeley, when encountering something that she doesn't expect, right? That she doesn't expect a woman to feel something for another woman in a bathtub, so she experiences it as being a man, right? I thought I had turned into a man. When Harpo has unrequited desire, when he wants someone who doesn't want him back, she experiences his sadness and thoughtfulness as looking like having a woman's face. So there are lots of places throughout this introductory section, and please only choose quotations from up to page 63, that show us how gender is being understood. And again, right, I want to keep us really focused on this idea of close reading. We're not telling Seeley how to fix it, right? If we go to page 49 and we say, "Seeley, you're a lesbian," that doesn't help, right? That's us teaching the text. But when we can see how Seeley is understanding gender, then we begin to have a more profound understanding of the novel. So for before next week, please identify three sentences having to do with how Seeley is understanding gender, put those into a quiz, and if you want to, you can explain what it reveals about gender, or you can just kind of pull them out and just kind of leave them there, right? Like just be like, okay, this is what I want to come back to later. All right, so that's what you have to do. And you'll actually see me on video before you see me again in person.